Get this started. Probably gonna be kind of low energy. That's how I'm feeling. Always fun having stuff to do. Just like but like not actually wanting to do it, you know? It's it's interesting what UI so small. Say there we go. Really see anything. Okay. More buckets. More buckets, more buckets. You know, sometimes on the weekend you just decide to do something and it's kind of stupid. Well, it even thanks. English. I didn't really decide. So like my friends and I were just chilling last night. Watched a movie. It was a pretty good time. And then like we just randomly stayed up super fucking late. And so like all of us were tired. It's a whole thing. Where did I film it? I'm feeling it. Feeling the staying up. Actually, it made me consider when is it no longer staying up late? When are you like when are you up early? You've been up so long that you're now just awake early. Cause I think it'd be around like 5 a.m. I think once you hit 5 a.m. you're no longer up too late. I think it's you've been awake so long it just cycled back, you know, because now it's just long enough into the next day that it might as well just count as you just waking up early, you know. And what would I do without Swift Sneak? It's such an amazing enchantment. I feel like it took them this long to add it though. It took them till like what, almost 13 years to add something to increase the speed of crouching? That's crazy. I mean, it was a long time coming, because sneaking is very, very slow. I mean, by design, but... You know, at some point you just, I might have 2 shader packs on. It's a lot easier to tell what's happening if you're not looking directly at the screen. I'm looking at my OBS and it seems like it's a lot clearer on OBS. But oh well, it's a pretty cool shader pack. I've always liked PlayStation 1 style graphics. Or I guess... No, PlayStation 2 was the beginning of the 3D era. Like PlayStation 2, Xbox, the original Xbox, Nintendo 64, that whole era. Pretty cool. Never really used shaders before because I don't like shaders very much. Like the actual you know, creates like proper light effects shaders. I don't really like those. More of an original Minecraft textures kind of guy, you know. Which is why I downloaded weird shader packs that. Cool. The other one's pretty cool as well. You know, you got this one's way harder to figure out what the fuck's going on, but it's pretty cool. Kinda gotta just remember what everything is. This would make building literally impossible. Well, making anything good at least, because like you have to just remember what blocks look like from your inventory. It's also kind of a mess to look at, but it's pretty cool. Like, look, okay, if you're looking at that, you're like, oh, okay, I don't know what that is. All of that is lava. I think so is all of this. Yep. That's a nightmare scenario. Trying to play anything with that. Jesus. It would be like kind of funny for a little bit until it was like, okay, I can't tell what's a block of TNT or what's a cactus. So maybe I grab underneath the block I'm standing on. And you know, even though I'm definitely regretting staying up so late last night, I got like, I don't know, maybe 6 hours of sleep, and I woke up at like 11. Man, I had a good time, you know, just chilling with friends, playing some Black Ops Zombies. It felt like it was like 2012 all over again. Very, very classic feeling, just staying up late, playing zombies with friends. Doesn't want a day like that. You know, watching movies, just having a good time, making fun of each other's YouTube recommended homepage. It's like, oh my god, we after we watched the movie, we just kind of chilled and watched some videos. And it was interesting. You know, we all have very different tastes for the most part, so it made everything kind of interesting. All right. And I know that I'm already like on a good day, kind of hard to like. It's kind of hard to figure out what the fuck I'm talking about. But I feel like it's just gonna be so much worse. Man, it is. This pack makes the Nether very dark, which means I'm not looking forward to being on the roof of the Nether, because it's all darkness. Oh yeah. Oh, the fog's gone. See the top of my tower. Oh. There's supposed to be like a whole roof thing going on up there, but the Nether build height is only 256. So I ran out of height almost immediately. Like I built up the whole tower, and then oh god, tall. And then this is as far as up as I got. So it's gonna have like, it's probably gonna go up like here, and then have like another like small it's gonna like remake Lendon Clock Tower. What is it called? Not Big Ben. That's the name of the bell. The clock. The bell. Also, I think zombies sometimes spawn up here, which is pretty cool. So. Where's Bio? Oh, it's the Nether. I tried increasing the build height, and It did not like me very much. Oh, good to know that my start recording button is F3. I will keep that in mind. Man, you get to see so much more with this shader pack on. I mean, look at that, I can see my whole house. Whereas if I turn off the shaders, it's just gone. See with this too. Oh, you can also see the random. I don't even know where that. I don't think that nether portal goes anywhere. I literally don't think it does anything. This is a precarious place to have this texture pack. There is a lot of lava. Alright, what's through this portal? Server lag, apparently. Oh, it's just a cave. Yep, just a cave. Oh, an amethyst. That's pretty cool. Yeah, like I remember this not particularly being anything, so I'm not sure why it's there. Like, I don't have any actual idea why there's a portal here. I think it's just here. Like I think if one of my friends just like put this portal here and then moved on. Oh, never mind. It goes to our piglin bartering farm. Okay, that's what I thought. But that clearly was not a properly made system. Hey, pigman. Yeah, sometimes you get like crazy different heights using rockets. Usually it's pretty consistent, but sometimes shit just goes crazy. And it's just impossible to guess how high you're getting. Alright. Oh, server lag. Oh, very nice. I should expect nothing else from the server I'm playing on, but in fact, the message of the day on this server has been now with more lag for like, I don't even know, like 6 months or something? No, maybe a few months. Because it's true, the server has more lag. But item down. Extra shit. I have a trident on. Oh, right. Now then. Oh, that's why I had a trident. Definitely my offhand. Okay. Time to place lava. Hey. You know what? It is actually kind of nice. Like, I like the nether fog quite a bit. I think it kind of gives context to height, right? Like, usually you can't see my mansion back there at all. It's completely hidden by the fog. Until you're like, if you're standing on the edge of the island there in the middle, you can slightly see it. You can see like the edge of it. But you know, not being able to like get around having the fog's kind of nice. I think it definitely makes the area feel a lot smaller because there's no, well, there's nothing completely blocking your view like 100 blocks out. But definitely remove some of the ambience. Also, I fucked up building that. Oh, come on, Outlook. Right now, it's at least a helpful email. Nope, it was not a helpful email. Cool. That's supposed to be like a block higher. Oh my god. One of my teachers sends something using 2 different like email systems, and I linked both of them to one account, so it just emails me twice every fucking time she sends something. It'd be awesome. I mean, I won't miss her emails, I guess. Even though well, I didn't miss it last time. But, like, we had to change classrooms for that class for some reason. And I didn't see it because she sends a reminder every week of, like, hey, here's what's due, which is really nice. It's pretty nice. I usually just do all my work anyway, so it doesn't really affect me. eh, but like, she sent this, like, notification of, hey guys, we're switching classrooms in the same email as her regular weekly reminder, so I didn't even look at it. I saw, oh, this is just a weekly reminder. Guess that's my bad, but... And then she was like to the whole class, like, oh, you better all be checking your email, you're in college, and it's like, yeah, I know. That's why I checked my email. Like, I get it, but... Fuck, man. Sometimes you make mistakes, you know? Anyway, about, like, playing COD Zombies. I have not played Black Ops 2 Zombies with friends in an awful long time. It's been... Jesus, probably 6 to 10 years or something. And, it meant that I didn't know or remember what, like, any of the power-ups did. And the only time I played recently was solo, so the power-ups do slightly different things when you're playing solo. Like, I don't believe Tombstone is around, because, well, you can't revive, like, you can't die solo. So Tombstone isn't around, and Quick Revive, well, it's just an instant revive, which is awesome. Just an extra life. So I didn't remember, like, any of that, and I don't have any strategies for playing with friends anymore. But also it didn't help that, like, one of my friends had never played Black Ops 2 Zombies before. They playing Black Ops 3, but no Black Ops 2 Zombies. And then the other friend, like, neither of us remembered exactly what all the items and power-ups did. So, yeah, we were figuring stuff out. It took us a few rounds to not die on round, like, 4. And then we could pretty consistently make it to about round 10. Made it to, I think, round 21, 22 one time. That went pretty well. But it really helped that I got a ray gun, like, as my first gun out of the mystery box. And then I pack-a-punched it, like, 3 rounds later. So by round, like, 5, I had a pack-a-punched ray gun. So, you know, that kind of helps. And then one of my other friends got a ray gun as well. I don't think he pack-a-punched. But... And then, for rounds, we just got the shittiest weapons. Like, the game was like, what, you want 3 RPGs and ballistic knives? Cool, here you go. It's like, no, we kind of want, like, ray guns and other cool shit. The problem was, because a lot of us had ray guns, whenever we got, like, double tap, it just didn't do anything. And none of us knew that. So it was a learning experience, but a lot of fun. We also played for like 6 hours, so I think our drop in quality, like, I feel like we played it again, like, today, or maybe let's say tomorrow. That way we had sleep. You know, I think we would pretty consistently be getting to, like, probably round 15 or 18. But, you know, we'd been playing for just a degenerate amount of time. So, I'm not really surprised that we started falling off towards the end. And also, we just played on town because it's like the only good zombies map. Farm's like fine. It's a little small. And what's the other one? Bus stop. Why would anyone ever play bus station? Like you just at that point you just play transit. Like if you're already there, just play transit. The other problem is the Steam release of Black Ops 2 is not uh overly stable. It's a little finicky. It took us Jesus, like almost an hour to get everyone in a lobby. It wouldn't take that long again, but it was quite the thing to try and get everyone together. And even then, we only had 3 people, so it's like, okay, we can't really do like the secondary game modes. We don't really want to play online because who wants to play zombies with a rando? Like, no hate to random zombies players, but no one's really going into zombies being like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna meet some new people playing Black Ops 2 Zombies. It's all like groups of 3 or 4 people. Also, I didn't realize how few levels there were. Maybe I'm just missing something. Like DLC packs, I guess, but like I feel like there's gotta be more levels than like 3. Because there's another one, like there's another one in Green Run. Like you look at Green Run and there's 4 levels, but I can't select it. I don't know why. I don't. Despite having played a lot of Black Ops Zombies, I still don't know a whole lot about it. It's like it's one of those things where it's like I remember like bits and pieces from my childhood, like when I was like really young, and would play on a friend's Xbox, where it's like, okay, I remember the Easter egg where you throw a monkey bomb at the church on the town map. I don't know why I remember that, but I do. But I don't really remember anything else. Like that's like the one random thing I remembered for some reason. So, you know, I had to use Google to look up stuff about Black Ops 2 Zombies. Imagine Black Ops 2 Zombies. Not exactly rocket science. Stop double placing. Like most of that lava place. Can't even tell. Here. Okay. Back we go. More lava. At some point this lake's gonna be filled, and I'm gonna have no fucking idea what to do with myself. Be like, oh my god, I've got so many possible things I can do. And it's just gonna be building a river, and then I need to fill that with lava. But that shouldn't take as long. Although I am not looking forward to the amount of resources I'm gonna lose taking down the scaffolding. It's kinda, I mean, I've got, like, all 3 of those shulker boxes are full of netherite. So I'm not, like, I'm not gonna be grieving the loss of a couple of stacks of netherrack, but, you know, it'll come in handy. It, like 10 seconds. Until I immediately used all of it in any project, because I mean, if you ever terraformed anything, it just takes so many resources. to even do the smallest project, it takes just bucket loads of whatever resource you're terraforming. And like these cliffs took me just like shulker boxes of netherrack. And it's like they're not like they're not finished. Like this area from like I think like right there to here is the only part that has like anything that's bigger than 1 wide. Like everything is just a single block. Because I haven't, that's what I was doing originally. Like before I started filling the lake, I was building kind of like the pathway that'll go from this area. There's a path I think will continue from the factory over here, over the lake or river, then up and up and up to my house. But like, you know, working on it, so it's got some progress. You know, you can see some work coming. It's just it's gonna take forever, and it's already taken, I think, yeah, an entire shulker box and then some. And all I did was build a bit of riverbed and then a tiny little bit of this. My one problem is like because of the nether fog. Scale is really hard to parse. So like, you know, this is gonna come down probably like right here, if not a little further. But I have a project I want to do right here. It's not gonna be huge. It's gonna barely. It's gonna like cover the river. Also, there's a gold farm all the way over there, so I need to be. I should probably just keep going that way. Yeah. Yeah, this river has to be very wide for what I'm doing. Like, it's probably got to be like, like 30 blocks wide or something, and I think it's sitting at like 16. It's also a great mob farm because unless you spam light everywhere, it's impossible to stop spawning in the nether. So I was also thinking, like here, I'll shut off shaders for a little bit. So like, I hate this a lot. Like, oh, there's a missing light here. Anyway, I hate the fact that I need lights in the middle of my pathway. I think it looks terrible. Like, these ones, the blue ones, I don't care as much about. They're not great. It would be nice if they could be a little more spread out and random, but it's not the worst. But these I hate. I really don't like the red carpets. So I was thinking, I think I might just replace all the paths with the red nether wart block. Because I think it would still fit. It's a lot brighter. Like, netherrack is a very, like, oh, what's the term? It's kind of a washed out color. So it'll definitely be very different, but I think it'll... Oh, this has full grass textures. Take 4K screenshots. Fuck, I don't need that. Render, probably. Oh. Just change how the fog works. Where is the fucking... the grass? Oh, here it is. I don't love Optifine's better grass. Like, it's not great. Yeah, I prefer this. Like, I think it gives it a little more variance. It's a lot more Minecraft. Like, the full block grass, I guess, is more realistic, but I don't know. Also, why haven't I filled this in? This is just a bare spot. So, Work on this project has been, I don't know, inconsistent at best. You know, like, it's not been, it's been very, like, kind of random. Like I built that whole thing, but, like, I didn't finish the interior, and then I came back, finished the interior, built, like, this front path area to here, and then built this entire tower, and then built, like, paths and like, it's not exactly a logical setup. It's kind of just things. I build things and then I make them fit better, and that works, but it means, like, actually making good looking buildings is kind of tough, because for that project I'm having the problem of how would I put it? I haven't really done the interior, right? I did, like, the entire exterior, and then began some work on the interior. And you can't really, like, my brain doesn't work in the way to, like, build windows into the exterior. So it means it just didn't have any windows. Okay, well, it had, like, the big core windows. So it kind of looked wrong, because it was really just a giant box with, like, 4 giant windows in it and nothing else. And then, but because it looked bad from the outside, I didn't really want to start the inside. But then once I started the inside, the outside started looking better. And that kind of describes the entire, this whole area, is it's just, like, I'm getting, like I'm not doing certain work on the project because I feel like there's other work to be done. But the work I'm not doing is also the work I need to do. That didn't make sense. Essentially, I just need to finish everything. But, like, I think there's a, like, when I think about it, I feel like there's a lot more that needs to be done than there actually is, because I'm, like, doubling up some things. Where it's like, oh, this building needs to look better, and I need to do the interior, but doing the interior would make the building look better. So if I just do the interior, then the building will look better, and then I've done both things. But that takes, you know, mental capacity to, and not exactly my strong suit right now, given that my body's in that like, sleep deprivation where, like, you don't, like, feel bad. You can tell you're tired. You're like, oh, I can kind of keep going. But then anytime you need to exert yourself for any reason, your body's like, oh, fuck, no, I'm out. It's actually, I have not seen the whole clock tower ever all at once because of the fog. It's kind of nice. I think I did a good job. It is a little boring, but, well, it's a clock tower, I guess, you know. They're not exactly fascinating buildings. They're just, it's literally a spire to hold a clock so that everyone can see the clock. You know, the Nether just happens to not like tall buildings very much. Well, the roof of the Nether. Well, no, just Nether in general. The fog really really makes some projects a lot harder. But it's also, it's some of the charm of the Nether. You know, I probably wouldn't, like, shut it off. Like, I appreciate the ability to see way more than I ever could without the shaders on. Oh, there goes the tower. But also, that's after, you know, working without them for dozens of hours. So it's kind of nice to be able to be like, oh, from one spot I can see the fruits of my labor instead of having to like travel to much closer to a spot, so I can actually see it through the ambient fog. But I still like it. You know, while I was setting up stream, I was like, ugh, I don't know what I want to do for stream today. Because obviously this is what I've been doing since I started streaming again. So for like 3 streams. But I wasn't really feeling it. And I kind of wanted to play Alan Wake 2. But like, you know, if you think me using weird shaders is an unpleasant viewing experience, you would despise me streaming Alan Wake 2. Because like, I feel like half the textures in the game look worse than this for like, sometimes minutes. Like every time I start using profile with Saga, it's just like, oh, her face is melting. Whoops, sorry. It's pretty awesome. Although I did hear, apparently the newest update was supposed to change and upgrade performance on older hardware. And, well, worse hardware, specifically older. And if that's true, and it fixed all my problems, that would be really awesome. Because I saw someone on the Alan Wake subreddit complaining that like they couldn't finish lock puzzles because the textures were fucked. And it's like, yeah, I feel that. My textures are all fucked up too. If you wait long enough, they clarify themselves, but it definitely makes like puzzles where the lock isn't immediately set to just zeros, like, impossible without just sitting there for 10 seconds trying to remind yourself of what the code was. I've had to do that many times where I'm like, okay, the code was like 645, or if it's one of the cult stashes because it uses symbols, it's like, oh god, I need to remember exactly what symbols was on this lock. Oh boy, I'm trying to remember the combination after sitting here for 30 seconds until the textures stop being horrible. But, you know, I think the story of the game makes up for it. I think it's the only game that I can excuse such overwhelming issues. I really don't think I could with almost any other game. I just really like the story and characters and world of Alan Wake. Obviously, because the area I'm building in, I named Night Springs. It's a direct reference. Man, my bucket use stat is gonna be crazy. Let's see, items, times used. The bucket's gotta be up there. Oh, Jesus, that's 4,000. I've mined 13,000 soul soil? I've only did 7,000. Oh, well, I guess this isn't unique blocks mined, is it? I wonder where most of that came from. I don't mine it that often. Man, you can really tell what my build palette is, huh? It is a lot of soul soil. But then again, I did mine like a shulker box or two, And then I think one of my friends was using it, so I haven't used all of the soul soil on the server, just most of it. Like, vast majorities of it. My friend was trying to find some and it took him like 5 minutes. Like, when he was like out specifically being like, oh boy, I need soul soil, let me go to a Soul Sand Valley, and it's like, ah, sorry, I think I took it all already. Alright, this pillar here is gonna be a real pain in the neck when it comes to clearing the pool. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's not good. My reaction time is that of a god, as you can tell. Godlike. Definitely didn't just like sit there burning to death slowly for 30 seconds. Right, where is the source? There is the source. Yoink. Another egg. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need to repair my tools soon. Okay. Ow. Maybe I'll do that once I gather up. I'll gather up all the lava for this batch, put it back, and then go repair tools, because this pig's getting pretty low, and I don't like my tools being low durability. It's kind of a pet peeve, you know. I have this thing where, like, if items have durability or like fuel, I try and keep it as full as possible. Like for like the first like 20 minutes I have whatever it is, I spend most of that time just like making sure it has like enough fuel or durability, like repairing it constantly. I don't know why. I don't think there is a particular reason. I think it's just, you know, I want to be like, oh man, I got this cool item, but I don't really want it to break or anything. I'm just gonna, like, probably waste a bunch of resources and time making sure this item I just made has durability. It's pretty cool, you know? I'm always glad when games like GTA have no fuel, because then I know I would just, I feel like I'd spend half my time at a gas station being like, oh man, I gotta make sure I've got enough fuel. Like whenever I have a limited resource, I always get resource anxiety. I'm always like, oh man, but what if I don't have enough of this hyper abundant resource for this trip? Like, you know, going out on an expedition and bringing like too much food. I had that when my friends and I played Palworld a lot. We played it pretty constantly when it came out. Like a few days afterwards, we were like, yeah, why not? Let's try it out. Let's see what all the hype is about. We played it for a while. Haven't in a minute. You know, it's easy to get distracted by other games, or I don't know. That kind of game is exhausting. Games like Ark, always found them exhausting in some ways. Because at some point, like, the amount of resources you need is it's just unbelievable. Like Rust, Ark, all those. Like towards like later crafting recipes, it's just it's just insane, the resource requirements for like high level items. It's like, oh god, I know there's like automation in some ways, but like, ugh, I just don't care that much. Like there's like level, like I don't really need a better saddle for this thing. I can just deal with it. I don't know if I had to get all that resources. Actually, I played Ark for like an hour one time, and I couldn't figure out how to eat, and so I starved to death. And then was like, you know what? If I'm playing a game and I can't even figure out how to eat a food, I probably am not going to much enjoy the rest of the game. Just as a, you know, I was just making a quick hypothesis, you know. Oh man, if eating is complicated enough that I can't figure it out in like 3 seconds, maybe I shouldn't do the rest of the game when things are like actually complicated instead of just being like not complicated and I'm just bad at them. So I never continued. I mean, I got the game for free, so I didn't really, it wasn't like a financial mistake to buy the game and be like, oh, I don't know how to play this game. It was just like, oh, hey, look, it's a free game on Epic. Isn't that crazy? I tried convincing one of my friends to get Doki Doki Literature Club Plus because it's free on Epic, or at least was. I don't know if it is right now. Let me check. But it was free, and I was trying to get him to play it because he'd apparently never heard of it, which is amazing. I don't know. Oh, no, it's not. That was last week. Wait, did they change what was going to be free this week? I'm almost certain I remembered what was going to be free this week. And I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be like 3 Fallout games. Interesting. Like I was looking at it, I was like, oh, Fallout 1, 2, and Brotherhood, that's pretty cool. I think I already own them, so I'm not like that excited. But it's pretty cool. I love seeing the old Fallout games. You know, maybe get someone to play them. I never have. I'm not a, well, okay, I played them for a little bit. I'm not a huge point and click guy. Actually, there's a lot of video game types I don't like very much. But at least I'm aware I don't like them. I feel like people who are like I had a friend who, oh, hey, how's it going, man? Long time no see. I had a friend who like, I have friends who don't like games with like no quests or anything. And they're at least like very aware of it. So when I was like, oh, maybe you should try Hollow Knight, they're like, I don't know, maybe I probably wouldn't like it. And I appreciate when someone's aware that they don't like a type of game. And so they're like, you know, maybe I shouldn't try it because I probably won't like it anyway. And then if they do try it and don't like it, then they, you know, they kind of move on and don't like complain about it. Oh, nice. Yeah, I saw that it came out. I saw that Persona 3 Reloaded came out, but I don't know. I never finished. I feel like I barely even started Persona 4 Golden. And so it's like maybe I should actually like play through more of one Persona game before getting another one. Because I've been looking at Persona 5 for a long time. Because I've heard it's easily the best in the series. It's like, oh, maybe I would prefer Persona 5, but I don't know. It like never goes on sale. And $60, it's a tough price tag. Like, I mean, I probably would, but loved every minute. Yeah, that's what I've heard from like everyone who's ever played Persona 5 was that it's like an amazing game, you know, good characters, good music, good graphics, the whole 9 yards. So it's been on my Steam wish list since it was announced that since Persona 5 Royal was announced for PC. And it's just been sitting on my list like so many dozens of other games. But, you know, we got a lot of Minecraft to play. I can't play in-depth, well-built stories with fun characters and combat. I gotta play Minecraft, you know? Gotta gotta get to that grind. Way more important. But at some point, I've been thinking for a while that I need to go back and, I don't know, maybe actually try and get anywhere in Persona 4. I mean, I got through quite a few dungeons on stream, but I think everything was just like taking too long, which I know that's kind of just a JRPG thing. They're kind of they're slow burns, but I don't know. I'd have to. And also, I think I was missing something, like about the entire Persona system. I feel like I was just not really paying attention to how that system worked and just kind of going for it. And well, that was probably not how you're supposed to do that. So, like most games, I started and then didn't finish. I should probably restart it and try and actually figure out how to play the game instead of just kind of going for it and just hoping for the best. Like Dark Souls 3, I gotta restart that one because my save file is just the most horrific thing imaginable. I almost don't even want to look at it. Like, I don't even remember what I spec'd into, but I almost don't want to know. I just want to pretend like I never even played it. Because it's probably like I put like a point into strength and the rest into stamina and vigor, and that was it. And so, you know, I do no damage. Got a lot of stamina and health, but I do no damage. And that really started getting to me. And also, I used the beginner weapon the entire game, except for against Yorm the Giant, because you can't use the beginner weapon against Yorm the Giant. It does like 5 damage, and he has like 18,000 health or something. So that was going well. But he's just like Rykard from Elden Ring. Just there's a sword in his boss room that just deletes him in like 5 hits. It's like, okay, why did you like super hype up this boss? Like almost all the Dark Souls 3 almost all the Dark Souls 3 boss art, like promotional art is Yorm the Giant. All of it, and then it's like, that's cool, but what if he died like a little bitch and just was removed in 5 shots from this sword? It's like, okay. Or what if he wasn't a gimmick fight? That would be pretty cool. Ah, well. I mean, Rykard was pretty cool. I like that fight. I think I one-tried him, but then again, we were playing co-op. I was playing co-op with a friend, so there were 2 of us with Serpent Hunter Spears. So it wasn't exactly fair. Poor bastard never stood a chance. Elden Ring was truly a masterpiece. It's I'm very much looking forward to the DLC. Hope that'll be coming out within my lifetime, because whenever I like a game and it's like, oh yeah, there's this DLC coming out or something. It's a Hollow Knight Silksong situation, and it's like, okay, you're just gonna wait forever. No information. Felt like that with, well, Silksong, Tears of the Kingdom felt like that until like 2 months before it came out. The Elden Ring DLCs had no information since it was announced as well. So that's just about average, actually. Just, having this like thing everyone's looking forward to, and then no information about it for months, or in some cases, years. To the point where it's like, oh, people have literally died waiting for this game, or DLC, or expansion, or whatever. So hopefully Alan Wake 2's DLC comes out within a good amount of time as well. At some point, they just need to start finishing games. I know that most DLCs are like, I think a lot of DLCs are like the old BioShock DLCs, where it's like, yeah, this is like an extra area. It's not really like the finishing the story. It's more like continuing playing in the same world. So like that I'm fine with, but at some point it's like I just want a full experience for my $50 some instead of like most of an experience, and then I have to pay $20 more to get the rest of it. But no. Oh, the modern games industry. What a thing. And yet, everyone complains about, like, DLCs and microtransactions and battle passes, and we all still buy them anyway. Like, people have been complaining about, like, Overwatch's battle passes and skins since Overwatch 2 came out. And yet, people still buy them, and I'm one of those people. Okay, I haven't played Overwatch, like, in, like, an entire season, but whatever. Still pretty fun. Like, the one character I ever played. And it's like the one character no one likes. Well, it used to be. It used to be the lowest chosen character in the game. And then another character, out of nowhere, like out of left field, became the lowest, like the least picked character for no reason. I have not figured it out yet. I've been looking around a little bit, because it's like, oh, I'm playing the character that no one's liked since launch. Like, when she came out, no one liked her. But now, she's been out for... Is there a missing block down there? Oh, there is. Oh. I did not make this very well. But she's been taken, like, her spot as least favorite character of everyone ever has been, I guess, taken. Which I guess I appreciate, because it means that whenever I play her, I don't, like, feel like everyone in the lobby hates my existence. But also, I haven't played Overwatch in a while, so... Because it's not a game I play solo. I don't like playing competitive shooters very much as it is. But alone, oof, absolutely not. That's a bit too much. Like, playing with friends can be, like, exhausting. Playing alone, where, like, especially because I play support all the time, I just feel worthless as DPS. I feel like I'm never, like, killing anyone, and I'm just, like, dying all the time. But then again, I have like 150 hours in Overwatch, and like 130 of them are on one character, which is probably why I keep dying on every other character. Because I haven't played any of them. But fuck, I don't remember what I was saying. It's pretty cool. Moral of the story is, I don't like playing games alone, multiplayer games alone, because I don't know, I feel like everyone's judging me all the time. When I'm with friends, I know they're judging me, but I know it's in like a friendly way, and that I'm judging them as well, but they also know it. You know, so it's like everyone knows everyone's judging everybody. It's kind of levels the playing field some. Anyway, you've missed a few really three just really amazing streams where I've been doing this. Just this. I've placed just so much, all of this lava I've placed by hand, because why not? Looks good. It will look good. It doesn't look good right now because it's covered in scaffold, but it will look good. Because, you know, I was already doing this, and then I was like, man, why am I just placing lava alone? So I decided to stream it. Because then I could pretend like I was doing something slightly productive. I'm not, but I can pretend like I am. And that's, you know, that's half the battle right there. Don't have to be productive if you can fool yourself into believing it's productive. You know, like something else you can pretend is productive. I don't know, cooking. I mean, yeah, it's productive, but like you can also just like cook and like not really accomplish anything. And you could be like, oh well, you know, I was cooking, it's pretty productive. And it's like, no, you spent like 3 hours and made like a box of spaghetti or something. Not exactly productive, but I can pretend like it is. And then boom, you feel like you accomplished something. But deep down inside, you know you didn't. But you can pretend like you did. So you did accomplish something. You fooled yourself. Oh, I forgot to prepare my tools. I can do that. I can finish up these shulker boxes. And then go to the loudest farm ever created in Minecraft. Ender. Where it's just screaming. Just a lot of screaming. But hey, you get a lot of XP, so it's worth it. And also, it's crazy that like I'm at the point in this project where I feel like I'm making progress. Like, it's one of those projects where there's just so much to do and there's still so much left. But I've completed one whole line of it. Like all the way across. Now it's like, oh, I'm like getting somewhere, and now comes a part where I'm like, oh, this project won't even take that long. I don't even care. I've been working on it for like 10 hours and it's only this complete. I'm gonna be done in no time. And then it's like 20 hours from now, and I'm like, oh man, I'm still not done. Why? That's unbelievable. Why is this super giant project that I definitely bit off way more than I can chew, why is it not done yet? Why doesn't it just finish itself? That would make it so much easier. And I think that's why I've never really played JRPGs. Is because they are the video game incarnation of that, where that's the point. And also, I've never really had any interest. Like, the only reason I even played Persona 4 was because a friend kept bugging me to play it. And I had a good time for what I played. But I definitely need to actually put effort in, because I was really ignoring the Persona system. I just have that problem. I ignore systems in games so often, and then I'm like, man, why is this game not interesting? And then I'm like, oh, it's because I ignored a fundamental system of how this game functions. But I'm trying to get better at it, you know, like in Fallout, I'd usually just run an energy weapons build and just use energy weapons forever. And maybe, you know, maybe I could use guns next time. Or in, like, Skyrim, I just use giant hammers and axes all the time instead of like bows and arrows. I think I just like start doing something and then I'm like, yep, I'm bad at everything else because I've never done anything else. Let's keep doing this. And then I stay bad at everything else and I never do anything else. It's a rough cycle. But you know, sometimes it works. Sometimes just the game is just built so that you can do that. But it's like, yeah, whatever. If you're proficient at one ability, you'll survive. I mean, one of my friends, seemingly out of nowhere, just started playing Genshin Impact. Like, one day he was just like, yeah, I've been playing Genshin Impact. And it's like, oh, okay, I guess. And I played it at launch, at like official launch on stream. Because I don't know, I'd heard a lot about it online and I was like, sure, why not? It might be interesting. And then I did the same thing where I ignored the character switching and like enhancing and all that and just kind of like went for it and wasn't having a good time. But then once I started playing with this friend, I still mostly ignored the character switching system, but started like enhancing weapons, and that made everything a lot easier. So you'd think I'd learned, but I still don't. But then again, there's like 10 million characters in Genshin, and I don't really care. I really just started playing with him so I could show off my cool wings I got for playing the game at launch. That was the real goal. Not to like play and enjoy the game or anything. Because who would want to do that? Oh yeah, I need to finish that house. I've thought about finishing this for a friend as well, but, well. Minecraft is the game of unfinished projects. Where you start a project, and then you spend like a couple hours doing it, and then either you finish it, or it just stays there forever, completely unfinished. I wonder what's in this shulker box. That's done. Fix. See, unfinished projects. This sand duper is broken. The chunk loader needs to be fixed, and the server needs to not lag. Oh, very nice. I have like a personal world as well that isn't this server, where I have like 6 unfinished projects as well. Hey, there's the Enderman farm. I built this like on a whim because we needed XP. Oh, let me turn down mob sounds, because otherwise this is gonna suck. Because these guys are just loud. So I built this off memory, and somehow it actually works. Not perfectly. I think it's like 2 blocks too short, so they don't insta die, which isn't awesome, but it's not terrible. It could be much worse. It could have like broken, and then I'd have to like go up to the top platform and spawn another endermite, or I don't know, whatever. But instead, I just kind of, okay, I may have looked at a tutorial for a little bit to, maybe, I don't remember. They're incredibly simple farms, which is crazy because they're like the most helpful farm in the game. Because, I mean, look at that. Tools fully remade already, like 3 minutes. Then again, they weren't overly damaged. And also just the raw amount of ender pearls you get is it's definitely interesting. We have like 6 double chests of ender pearls and nothing to do with them. Like what are we gonna, oh, enderman heads, that's pretty good. What are we gonna do with all these? Nothing, that's what. Alright, let's hope that my 2 rockets can get me back to the overworld. Oh, they won't be able to. Wait, actually? Oh, just barely. When you have a laggy server, it makes everything really interesting, because it every now and again will just do stuff like that where it just completely stops your momentum. Zero warning is just like, yeah, no, you don't need to move anymore. Like, you can just sleep. I don't know the last time I slept was. You can check that. Let's see, where is it? Time since last rest. 12 hours. Never mind. That's fine. It's already been 12 hours. What's 12 more without sleeping, eh? In a game where a day is like 40 minutes long. Rockets. Where's my silk touch? What's making that sound? There's a pig somewhere and I can't see them. There's an intruder in the base. That's my silk touch. Dude back here? No? Okay, I think I'm just losing my mind. That's pretty cool. Alright. Now, we can go back and gather 8 more shulker boxes of lava. And who says Minecraft is not fun? This is really fun. Just a lot of very repetitive actions. But I mean, look, this is actually looking pretty good. I mean, if you're like standing up here and you ignore all the scaffolding, that looks pretty good. And also if you ignore that, let's see how it looks from the old manor house up here. It's pretty good. Yeah, I think this will look really good when it's finished, because it'll really brighten everything up. Because otherwise, let's see. There we go. The nether is pretty dark, so being able to like, there's a ghast in my house. Can't believe that guy didn't even like knock. He just started existing inside my house. Yeah, look at that. This area is like nice and bright because of the lava. Definitely help kind of break up the foggy darkness that is the nether roof. Because otherwise it all looks like this, but you know, when there's lava, I mean, it gives a nice lighting amount. I think that'll be nice. But there's a lot more work to be done. I randomly found an ancient city over there one time, and it was weird. I think we had like gone near it one time, but we didn't fully load it in, so it was never fully spawned. And when we switched Minecraft versions from Bedrock to Java, it just broke it further. So there was like 5 chests total in this ancient city. And it was like, okay, I'm trying to get like enchantment and like all the loot from this area, but it's just not possible because the ancient city doesn't exist. So that was pretty cool. Hey, that lava pillar's gone. At some point, most of this area is literally just gonna be fully drained of lava. And it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be weird to look at, just like a standable area. It's gonna look like, have you ever seen like pictures of like beaches after like just before a tsunami, where like it pulls out a bunch of water, so you can just like walk across the whole beach in areas that like haven't been uncovered in like, you know, hundreds of years. It's gonna look like that, except with lava. Makes it just that much more horrifying. I mean, that much water being moved is already not a pleasant thought. You burn through netherrack so quick. But thinking of it as just like molten rock, that would be quite the thing. Just like go up to a volcano and there'd just be a wall of lava. Bro, these pigmen, man. Ever since they were added, ever since pigmen generally were added, they've just been like, they just don't care. You're just trying to build in the nether or mine, and they're like, hey, you know, I'm peaceful unless you hit me. And then they walk right in front of your pickaxe, and then they're like, well, you know what this means? You've committed a war crime. So now we're gonna all destroy you. It's like, dog, I was just trying to exploit the natural resources of your homeland. Don't worry about it. It's fine. And then you walked into my pickaxe. And these guys do the same thing. They love just walking into your pickaxe and just causing huge problems. Oh, good. Alright. I think I saw Blackstone somewhere over there. I was clearing that area out. So I might grab that at some point. Because even though I have a system to get a lot of Blackstone, it's very expensive. You need a lot of gold to get any Blackstone from it. And I use shulker boxes of this stuff. So that would be a very expensive build. Again, we do have a gold farm. Oh well. I'll figure it out. Okay. That area needs some clearing. Get to that for... Oh, I can really feel my like 6 hours of sleep. It is usually my point of exhaustion at like on like a normal day when streaming is like, I don't know, I can usually make it like 2 hours before I'm like noticeably running out of things to talk about and energy to talk about them. But I am moving towards that limit. It also really doesn't help that I'm not exactly, you know, doing the most engaging of gameplay. I'm mostly just pressing right click a lot. But that's fine. You know, sometimes, you know, sometimes you just gotta do things. And this isn't one of those things, but, I'm doing it anyway. And again, the only other projects I would be doing would be, instead of like, where did my staircase go? Oh, that's what that blocked. Instead of it being lava, it would just be netherrack. So it's, you know, kind of a catch-22. I'm gonna be just breaking and placing things constantly, but I gotta choose whether it's lava or netherrack. And I guess I chose lava. But then again, I did the netherrack thing for a long time. And I mean, it's kind of like one then the other. Like I have to place the netherrack to place the lava. So placing either leads to... No, that's not true. Placing netherrack leads to placing lava. So, might as well finish all the lava placing for the last amount of netherrack, and then do it all over again. This time it might actually be more. It'll be more spread out. It won't be like one big lake. This dude jumped off a cliff to try and get me. Oh. Wow. Okay. Sometimes those guys are like seriously fierce, and then sometimes they just die in one shot. Like they do just so much damage, and then like 3 seconds in lava and they're just gone. It's I mean the piglin brutes are the opposite though. Well, not the opposite. They're really dangerous, and they're really hard to kill. Like, I've died to them with the best equipment one can possibly get in Minecraft. And they still just completely destroyed me with no effort. Which, you know, I thought that was pretty cool of them. You know, I was just there trying to steal their shit, and they were just like, bro, I'm gonna kill you. I felt like, you know, I felt like that was a bit too much of a response. When I was there, I was trying to steal their vinyl records and I don't know, gold, I think, and they were just murdering me. Sometimes I wasn't even like stealing their shit. I was just like chilling about, and then they just come after me. In fact, they don't want me stealing their gold, but if I'm not wearing gold, then they kill me. So, yeah, they kind of got to make up their minds. They want me to have gold, do they not? They gotta decide what they want. Got this little pocket here. Whenever I see that someone did some crazy shit in Minecraft, like, you know, drain massive amounts of like drain most of an ocean or whatever, I always just look at it with a sense of like, why? Like sometimes, like people have posted to the Minecraft subreddit being like, hey, I dug this giant hole, what should I do with it? And it's like, okay, so you dug a 200 by 200 hole all the way from surface level to bedrock with no plan? Like you just casually did it? Or people will like tear down entire mountains and be like, what should I put here? And most responses are actually, you should put a mountain there. You know, because it's like, why did you tear down this entire mountain to try and, with no plan in place? Like, if you had a plan, I guess. But like, that was a pretty cool piece of natural terrain, and now it's just gone. You see, I get around that by building in the one place in Minecraft where there's zero natural terrain because you're not supposed to be there. So that way, all the terrain is custom. And it makes it just that much more impressive, you know? Because it isn't like, oh yeah, I was using, not really the crutch, but, you know, there was already plenty of terrain here. It's like, nope, I hand built all of this. Which makes it that much cooler. But I know that, like, no one really cares because it's Minecraft. And every cool thing that can ever be done in Minecraft has already been done. There's like a full recreation of Lord of the Rings. That's already been done. Okay, it's not like full. They're working on it, but there's enough of a recreation of Lord of the Rings that it's really impressive. And people have built like working computers and phones and literally working versions of Minecraft within Minecraft, and it's like I don't understand. Like, when did you come? Like, what prompted that idea? Like, were you having a conversation with a friend where it's like, hey, if you make Minecraft in Minecraft, I'll give you $30. And they're like, yeah, all right. And then spent like, like 1,000 hours and a bunch of time and effort remaking Minecraft inside the game. You're already like Minecraft within the game already. Like, that's oh, right. Schema blocks. Look at that. Something about like when you get that last source block and just the whole area just completely dissipates. That's how you, when you think about things like that, that's how you know you've been doing something too long. Been removing liquids from a set area for far too long. I never even thought I'd make like this much of a dent on it. Like, originally I thought I was gonna be like, oh, maybe this little area here will be cleared out. And now it's like, I'll be lucky if I even remember there was lava here by the end. Like, that being cleared out was like stage 1 goal, and now there's almost no lava even near it. It's not even an island, it's now a plateau. Actually, I don't think it's tall enough to count as a plateau. Right. Every now and again, I'm like, man, maybe I should have streamed Alan Wake today. And I remember, oh right, literally 2-minute load times. I keep being like, man, I kind of want to be playing that, but that's also like, oh right, I kind of don't want to be playing that. Fuck. AAA games in the modern day, they're too AAA for their own good sometimes. I mean, it's a plenty good game. Having a good time playing it, replaying it even. But got its issues. I think I've talked about that too much. But I haven't really done anything else recently. It's kind of just like play a lot of Alan Wake 2. Played some Minecraft. I'm going the wrong place. I've been rewatching John Wick. I'm on John Wick 3. I've been wanting to rewatch John Wick 4 for a while because I saw it in theaters when it came out. And I didn't love it. It wasn't bad. But like, it had the problem of the world of John Wick being like, there were too many assassins, right? I mean, John Wick 1, there's like, I don't know, you can assume there's like a good amount, but you only see like 5. And then John Wick 2, it's like, okay, you see like a couple of hundred of people, like hundreds of people across the world who are adjacent to this industry. And then you get to John Wick 4 and it's like, okay, it's gotta be like hundreds of thousands or millions of people are part of this like assassin syndicate thing. Like, that's crazy. Like, so many people work for the high table. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, every single homeless person in New York City is secretly an assassin working for one guy. It's like, that's so many people. How did how did the assassins have a this like secret group have an office in the Eiffel Tower? How does that make any sense? They're trying to be hidden, and yet they're like they have an important office where they write murder contracts on a whiteboard or chalkboard even in the Eiffel Tower, like one of the most famous buildings in the world. Like that, what? It was pretty good. I mean, if you ignore that, like if you ignore the story, I guess, of John Wick, and you just kind of you're just there for the cool action. It's I mean, it's really solid. It's John Wick. It's good action. Um, it's got Keanu Reeves in it, except all of his line delivery is terrible. I don't know what it is. Something about it. It's slightly off. His line delivery as John Wick is just a little weird. Like, I mean, that could be contributed to a few factors. Like he murders people for a job, or that his wife died like 5 days ago or something, and then also his house was burned down and his dog died and his car was stolen. That could be some of it, but I mean, I feel like by John Wick 3, he has a few more pressing things to worry about. Like the fact that, like, apparently everyone in the entire fucking world is trying to murder him because he's got a bounty of $14 million on his head. So, I think maybe that's why he did all the things he did in the first all the John Wick movies. It was just a really elaborate distraction from his sorrow. Because he's like, you know what, I'm just gonna go and murder literally hundreds and hundreds of people. That'll help. That'll definitely distract me from all the horrible things that happened. And then, because he did that, more horrible things happened. Like, all of John Wick 2, 3, and 4. Really caused his own problems. I mean, to be fair, I think if my wife died and then someone's killed my dog and stole my car, the dog that my wife gave me after she died, you know, I think my reaction probably would have been pretty similar. Because fuck, man. But you know, I think maybe I would have tried hiding it more. Like John Wick is somehow not in prison despite having murdered hundreds of people in like super public areas. Like it's not like he's, you know, breaking cameras or he's not doing like the Agent 47 thing where he's like trying to hide it. This is like shooting at people in like public train stations and shit throughout New York. And it's like, okay, like when you were at like some mafia boss's church or whatever that he controls and has a giant vault of secrets and money and gold, cool, yeah, there's no security cameras there because, well, there are, but like they're controlled by the mob boss, so it doesn't really matter. He already knows who killed everyone. What is he gonna do? Check? Hold on, let me double check who killed 70 of my men super easily. Oh yeah, it was John Wick. But then like John Wick's 2 and 3, it's like, okay, you are murdering people in open at the Arc de Triomphe, like one of the busiest roads in the world, and you're just casually murdering people there. Like that's like you're probably gonna get found out, buddy. Like I know you're like really good at what you do, but you can't fight off the entire police force. Like at some point one of them will get a good shot. Like one of them will get a lucky shot where like they like sneeze or something and just happen to shoot you through a window or whatever. I don't know, something. But then again, with the amount of assassins in the John Wick universe, God knows if there even are police officers. Maybe they're all just assassins. People just put bounties on each other's heads, and that's how they deal with crime. Might be more efficient. In the words of Team Fortress 2's Sniper, as long as there's 2 people left on Earth, someone's gonna want someone else dead. So, you know, if like half of the people on Earth are killers, then everything will be fine. That's definitely what that means. Oh right, there's ambient lighting because of shaders. So you just... But I mean, I still enjoy the John Wick movies. I think they're just fun. They're just like they've got good combat scenes. They've got, I don't know, I think it was an interesting story up till John Wick 4. Not like a good story, but it was interesting. And I think John Wick 4 made it too complicated, but maybe all the prequels and shit they're making fix all that. If I ever get to watch them. Which I probably will never watch them. Because God knows what one of the 12 million streaming services they'll be on. I don't have money for that. So, I mean... Yeah, that even shows I do want to watch. Like, I wanted to watch Apple TV's Foundation. Because I read the books like a year or two ago. And it's like, okay, but then I have to have Apple TV. And there's like no other shows on Apple TV I care about. So it's kind of a waste to get an entire streaming service for like one show. But I mean, I don't know, maybe there's something else on Apple TV. I have to look. I don't really watch TV actually. Especially not right now. I mean, a new season of Hermitcraft just started. That means I got literally dozens of hours of Minecraft content to watch every day. So, okay, well, not literally dozens of hours every day, but every week. At least 1 hour, because whenever DocM uploads, it's an hour-long video of him doing whatever he does. Mostly just breaking Minecraft. At some point, you can't break a game any further. And yet people always find out how. Somehow they always find just another broken thing. Like, you'd think at some point, like, the developers would have fixed every problem. But then people come along and they're like, okay, never mind, I found 12 game-breaking bugs that can be used to make infinite items and shulker boxes and, I don't know, turn your whole world into diamond blocks somehow. Because I punched a mushroom one time and it did that, I guess. That's how, like, every cool exploit is found. Like when, like, the speedrunning strategy for Zelda Ocarina of Time that made it so the world record is like 7 minutes for any percent. Some dude found it because he accidentally took an item through a door one time. Like, he like went through a door while something was in the air. He like threw his boomerang, and while it was still flying, he left the room, and the boomerang turned into a door. And they're like, now wait a minute, how did that happen? And then somehow that random thing happening just led to the discovery of literally being able to do whatever they wanted with the game's code while playing the game. Like, I saw them somehow import Twitch chat from like from Twitch, a live Twitch chat into Ocarina of Time. I mean, a task was doing it because no human could ever do all the inputs necessary for it. But they were just like, while the game was running, actively modifying and adding to the code. It's like, what the fuck? How did people figure that out? Or like, ThoughtM and his team figured out how to link your Minecraft player inventory with like a chest, so that, or I think they actually use a Hopper minecart. So like whenever he picked up a piece of sand or like dropped something, it would infinitely refresh from his inventory, like from the chest into his inventory. So like he had like a whole double chest of rockets that just infinitely refilled into his inventory. It's like, how did someone go about figuring this out? That was what just what? I'll never understand that kind of stuff. I mean, I kind of do. Like, some things I just don't get. Like, how did someone find the accelerated back hop in the Source engine? But it's like, who was sprinting and then jumped, crouched, turned around, and then continued jumping every time they hit the ground? Like, someone had to figure out that there was an exploit you could do for movement by doing that specific thing. Someone figured it out. And it's just, everyone's just like, yeah, I don't know, man, just speedrunners. It's like, I know, but at some point, like, at some point the things they find are just insane. Like, normal people should not be able to beat Baldur's Gate 3 in like 20 minutes. That's crazy. Like, part of the reason people like that game is because it takes like 10,000 million years to beat. But no, someone, so like, people have figured out how to do it in less than an hour, less than half an hour. Well, that's an entire row of the lake done. That's pretty cool. Time to get back over to that pillar. I guess 2 rows. Lava buckets. There we go. God damn it, ghasts. Look at all that progress. And all it's taken is, I don't even want to know how many shulker boxes of lava, because of course buckets, filled buckets don't stack. So it's just one at a time. Which I guess I understand, but like, ugh, God, it makes everything so much harder. Why can't lava just be like water, where it just infinitely replicates? It'd be so much easier. My life would be so much easier. It also means I couldn't do all this cool stuff, but that could have gone really badly. Can't drain entire lakes if there's a lake just infinitely refills itself. Need some netherite. It's a great thing about netherite is it's kind of like a all-use item. It can be turned into bricks. It can be used as scaffolding because it breaks really quickly. It can be burned because for most people it's completely worthless and a terrible, ugly block. It's truly the most versatile block in Minecraft. If you count people wanting to burn it as a use. And it's incredibly useful. But otherwise it's just a weird a weird red block that people mostly burn in large quantities. Because, you know, you're like mining for netherite or, I don't know, trying to conserve inventory space, and you just happen to have netherrack, and it's like, oh, look, it's this worthless block no one likes. There it goes into the fire. I mean, I used to do that until I started building with it. Oh, I almost just fell into a super deep pit of lava. That would have fucking sucked. I think I only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items in my inventory would have burned, so that wouldn't have been the worst. Would have had to find a backup elytra. That wouldn't have been awesome, because I don't even know if we have any. We probably have some somewhere. I feel like items on this server just go missing. I feel like we had like 3 or 4 extra elytra chilling somewhere, and I don't think I've seen them in like a year. And none of us have been to the end for longer than like 10 minutes since we beat the Ender Dragon. Because why would we want to? The place sucks. Okay, I actually used to really like the end. Well, I still do. I still like all the different dimensions in Minecraft. But I used to build in the end quite often. Like on my personal world, I had this like huge thing going, and then in the end, and I just got burnt out. It was a really, really big project. Like way bigger than I probably should have gone for, but it was gonna be so cool. But then I think at some point I was just like, I don't know, at some point I just didn't want to grind for it. I would have needed to do just like, this is at least quick. This is quick, it's pretty easy, it's just, you know, but like, yeah, it's got some danger to it, but it's pretty minimal danger. I can survive for a good amount of time while submerged fully in lava. But I cannot, in fact, survive dropping into the endless abyss. At least not for very long. So, yeah, working in the end is always far more dangerous than working in the nether. I feel like because it's more dangerous, you're probably like a lot more cautious. You're probably less likely to actually die doing it. But I don't know. I guess it's the principle of the thing. And also, I don't really have any plans for the end. I just had plans for the nether, and I just went with it. Man, I have wanted to use the knowledge that you can drop through shulker boxes in something interesting for so long, and I just haven't thought of anything. Like, people use it for like doors sometimes, but it's like I don't really have any want to build secret doors. Doesn't really matter, no one else ever comes on here anyway. I'd just be making it inconvenient to get into myself, or for myself. And that's not helpful. Like, I sometimes accidentally, like, sometimes I'm making something and I make it for like an audience, but I'm the only one who will ever use it. So it just makes it more inconvenient to use for me. Like, I was building, like, I have a program to randomly choose an album from a giant list of albums, so I know what music to listen to. I don't have to choose. And I have like a, oh, how many albums do you want to listen to? But like, I never really listen to more than one at a time, so I'm just making it like inconvenient to use for myself. I'm not making it like more user friendly. I'm just making it more annoying for me to use. And I do that a lot. And so I'm trying to not do that in Minecraft. Because otherwise I'm just going to like endlessly annoy myself. Because I was like, oh, this system will be cool because it'll keep other players out. And I remember, oh wait, there are none. I made a system that just kept me out. There we go. Get further down. I go here. Yeah, this is a good spot. Look at that. This place will be empty. Look, there's a blackstone. I'll definitely need to get that. I think I've got like 2 shulker boxes of stuff left, but it's always good to have way more than I need because I'm going to use all of it at some point. I mean, like, usually the supports, foundations, the like pillars and shit on my houses are made out of it. And that makes up a lot of each house because it's like the entire perimeter of the house is made out of it. And I usually build big houses because why not? You know what? You know, when in Rome, build big houses. That's definitely the saying. I mean, if you're in a world that you can literally control all of it, you know, how the mountains look, what animals are around, if zombies can spawn or not, if anything can spawn, or if you're just gonna turn everything into a horrible wasteland of industry, you might as well build yourself a big house, you know? Because you have the ability, and if you have the literal ability, not just the... Hang on, you have the skill, there we go. You have the skill too, and you have the resources too, then, okay, why not? All you're gonna do is, like, probably enslave a bunch of villagers, but they probably deserved it. They're annoying. And also, they trade a lot of really hard to get items. In fact, in some cases, nearly impossible to get without like crazy luck. Like, Mojang is making getting mending so much harder in the next update. And it's like, you introduce easily the best enchantment ever. Like, it's amazing. It's mending. It means that what used to be an endless grind of, okay, I just, you know, mined out in a whole area with this nice shovel I made. Now I need to make another one because this one's gone, is now reduced to, oh, I just need to go to my XP farm and then my shovel will be fine, literally forever. And now they're making it so you have to, like, go through more steps to get to the immortal shovel. And, like, I understand, like, yeah, villagers are kind of overpowered, but they're only overpowered if you think of enchanting tables as, like, the norm. You know? Like, if using an enchanting table where you can't even get mending if you wanted to, if that's normal, then yeah, anything that gives you mending will be overpowered. Although getting it for like 1 emerald was pretty overpowered. So I really think they could have stopped at nerfing villager curing, and that probably would have been fine. The thing is people have been asking for a nerf to villagers for like, oh god, like 3 years or something. And now that it's out, or like it's coming out, people are like, why are you nerfing villagers? That's super fucking annoying. A lot of them are the same people who are like, yeah, I am well aware that villagers are overpowered, but at some point you get used to it. You get used to being overpowered and having, you know, easy access to mending early on and not having to just be lucky. Well, you have to be lucky, but you have to be like, you have to be lucky once. Once you have a librarian that trades mending, that's it. You have a librarian that trades mending forever, unless they die. But oh god, oh, I'm gonna die. Fine. God, piglins are so inconsistent. Sometimes not a threat. Other times they melt my very existence. Yep. Oh god. And even with netherite armor, they just do so much damage. Alright, I believe that was the last bucket. Alright, I think I'm gonna get back to the lake, and I think I will probably end this stream here. Going for almost 2 hours, and I am very tired. I don't know. At some point, you just gotta. These are the kind of things you gotta take it slow. You can't finish this kind of thing in only like a month. That's probably longer than I've been working on it, or shorter than I've been working on it. Whatever. I've been working on this a long time. Alright. Well, I'm gonna end this here. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, follow. And if you want to watch more content, there's just so much on the YouTube channel. It's all VODs, no editing. So don't expect any. Discord exists. It's linked underneath the stream. Click on the box that says Discord. It should take you to it. And I'll stream maybe Wednesday. We'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to see how homework situation is. Homework, other stuff, you know. Gotta be planning for spring semester or fall semester already. So I will see you when I stream next. Bye.